Hey, fourth graders, so here are the answers for journal pages 320, 321. So 320, these are the types of questions that you're going to need to know for the chapter test, is finding the unit prices, the unit, or whatever you're talking about. So number one, we were given that 12 ounce can of juice costs 60 cents. So to find the unit price, you would take 60 cents divided by 12 ounces and you'd get 5 cents per ounce. 3 ounces would be 3 of these, so times 3 would be 15 cents. 6 would be 30, and then back to 60 cents for 12. Okay, a 4-pound bunch of bananas cost $1.16. $1.16 for 4 pounds. You divide that and you would get 29 cents per pound. So 29 cents per pound, 2 pounds would be another 29 or 58 cents, 3 pounds would be 87. So basically you're counting by 29s. Number 3, 5-pound bag of apples. I swear I've already done this one. Is $1.90 for 5 pounds. You do $1.90 divided by 5, you get 38 cents a pound. So we're basically adding 38 or multiplying 38 times the number of pounds. So 76, $1.14, $1.52, $1.90. Okay, 3 pounds of salmon. The unit price, we were given 21 pounds for, or $21 for 3 pounds. So you divide that, you get $7 a pound, 14 for 2, 28 for 4, 49 for 7, and then 66.5 or $66.50. So basically you do 9 times 7 would be 66, or sorry, 63, and then we need half of 7, which would be $3.50. So 66 plus $3.50 is $66.50. Okay, so granola bar comes in this energy comes in a package of 25 for $3.50. Super granola comes in packages of 30 for $3.60. So to find the unit rate of energy, you would do $3.50 divided by 25 and you get 14 cents per bar. For super, you do $3.60 divided by 30 bars and you get 12 cents. So if you buy the super granola bars, you're getting the better deal by 2 cents. Okay, if you already did that one, you got a free assignment today. Sorry about that, because I feel like we've done that before. Okay, now this math box page, there were some challengers on here. If you are getting these on your own, then basically you are doing 4-level work, because some of these skills are not required for 4th grade. They are for 5th. So if you're getting some of this stuff, then you are thinking like a 5th grader. Okay, so table number 1. Now this is what you need to know for this unit, chapter 12. Number of inches. We were given 72 inches in 2 yards. So to figure out the unit, 72 divided by 2, you would get 36 inches in 1 yard. And hopefully you already knew that. So basically you're going to take the number of yards and multiply it by 36. Okay, so you'd get 324. 12 yards is 432. 540 yards, you would have to do the backward strategy and divide by 36. You'd get 15 yards. Then B is how many inches are in 329 yards? Well, if we continued this row to 329, you would take this times 36 inches in a yard, and you would get 11,744. I'm going to move this a little bit. Okay, over here you had to convert. So this was in chapter 11. We really haven't talked a lot about that. So, but we have done a little bit of it. So I put some conversions here. There are 4 quarts in a gallon. I told you yesterday, your water bottles are similar to this. If you have 4 of these, that's 1 gallon. So 7 gallons, and there's 4 quarts in a gallon, so you would do 7 times 4, and you get 28 quarts. Okay, there are 2 pints, a pint of milk. Think when you go to lunch at school and you get a pint of milk. There are 2 pints in a quart. Okay, so if there are 3 quarts times 2 pints in a quart, you'd get 6 pints. Okay, now we're doing cups, 2 cups, like you have a little cup. There are 2 of those in 1 pint. So you take, if there's 8 pints times 2 cups in a pint, 8 times 2 is 16. Now, D&E, they gave us the answers, so we have to kind of work backwards. I know I have 25 quarts. Well, how many gallons would that be? Well, now I'm going to do the backwards, and I'm going to divide by 4. So 25 divided by 4, I would have 6 full gallons with 1 quart left over. Now, here I have 14 cups. I need to know how many quarts and pints there are. Well, I would go back, work backwards, and do 14 cups divided by 2 would give me how many pints? Well, that'd be 7 pints. And then I know that there's 2 pints in each quart. So I would again divide this by 2, and I would get 3 full quarts, and I would have 1 pint left over. 7 divided by 2 is 3 with 1 pint left over. Okay, number 3, you guys know how to solve these if they're just positive numbers. It's the same strategies. There's actually 2 ways to think about this. Is the backward strategy. So I need to figure out how many twigs I have. So I know I ended up with a negative 120 twigs. That's not going to make sense. Let's say, because I'm going to be in the hole, right? So I'm going to be in the hole 120. Well, if I work backwards and I'm going to subtract 30, what's 120? I'm going to subtract 30 more. I'm going to be at 150 in the hole, or minus. Okay, another way to think about this. Good guys and bad guys. Well, if I use this, that's not going to work very well. Okay, if I use, I have 120 more bad guys. The bad guys are going to win by 120. I have 30 good guys, so I'm going to need more bad guys. So I'm going to have 150 bad guys versus 30 good guys. Well, the bad guys are going to win by 120. Okay, so 2 different ways to think about this. Okay, let's look at this one. I have 75 good guys, and my answer is 20 good guys. That means the good guys are going to win by 20. So I have 20 more good guys than bad guys. So I'm going to have a negative 55 bad guys. Yeah, that's going to make sense. Okay, now if I want to do my other strategy, I'm going to start with 20, and I'm going to subtract this number. Well, it's 55 to get 75. Well, that's, you know what, that doesn't make sense. Let's think about the good guys, bad guys there, because we haven't really subtracted negative numbers. So let's stick with the good guys, bad guys. Okay, nobody's going to win. They're going to even out. I don't have more good guys or more bad guys. So I have 16 good guys here. Well, how many bad guys do I need to equal out? They're even. 16. Nobody's going to win. They're even. Okay, and that's kind of a math rule. Whenever you have a number and we call this its opposite, it always equals 0. They're always going to be evened out. Okay, Last one here. I know I have 97 more bad guys. Okay, the bad guys are going to win by 97. Well, here I have 61 bad guys. So I'm going to need more bad guys here so I can get to 97. So I'm going to have 36 bad guys. I want to add them all up. Now, don't worry. If you're not getting this, don't worry about that. Like I said, this is 5th grade thinking. Okay, which one of these is not a name for $3.16? Think. Well, I looked at letter A, and I added a 0 here to make it $4.80 minus $1.64. Well, I already know that if I borrow here and this is 10, 10 minus 4 is 6. So right away, I knew that wasn't one of the answers. Here, I just divided, and I got $3.16. Here, I knew right away if I do 7 times 6, I'm going to get 42. Well, this does not end with 2, right? So I knew that's my answer because that's not going to be a name for $3.16. And then again here, I added a 0 to make it $2.50 plus 66 cents, and that does equal 16. So kind of process of elimination. Okay, number 5. We need to add blocks to the bag, so it is likely that Arjun will pick a C block without looking. So probability. So add at least 2 more C blocks, because then that would be 4 C blocks and 4 AB blocks. So likely, so if you added at least 2 or more C blocks, that's your answer. All right. C, if you gave this a try, awesome. If you got to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what I'm doing, that's okay. You're not the only one. But like I said, this is definitely 5th grade to 6th grade thinking. So if you were able to do these on your own, good for you, because that means you get this. And it is tricky. I get it. I understand that. Okay, so 10% of 520. These 2 problems you should be getting, because this is 4th grade. We did this a couple chapters ago. Well, 10% is the same as 1/10. And to find a fraction of a number, you take 520 and divide it by 10 equal parts, and you're going to get 52. And then I only want one of those. So 10% or 1/10 of 520 is 52. Okay, 180. Now again, because 1/10 or 10% is pretty easy to figure out. So 10% of 180, I'm going to take 180 divided by 10, and I'm going to get 18. Well, that's 10%, but I want 5%, which is half of 10%. So half of 18 is 9. Now, C, D, E, and F. There's more than one way to solve these. I set up number 4 as 2 fractions, and they need to be equivalent. So in order for us to find of what number 4 is going to be 40% of a number. All right, so 4 is 40% of this number. In a fraction, that's my whole, and that's what I'm looking for here. So we have 2 equivalent fractions here. What am I going to multiply 4 by to get 40? 10. Now this goes back a few chapters. So what times 10 equals 100? 40. So 4 is 40% of, you know what? Sorry, not 40. 4 times 10 is 40. What times 10 is 100? 10. Sorry. 10. It's not 10. Just change that one. Okay, that is 10. Okay, so we set up 2 equivalent fractions. That's one strategy of doing this. Now, I don't know the percent